Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam here with 80 Proof Goods, and this time around I'm making a MacBook sleeve out of Walnut Minerva, full grain. It's Italian leather. It's really beautiful. It ages nicely, and I'm going to pair it up with black stitching. This is a customer order that I'm working on here for a 14-inch MacBook Pro, and this is going to be the vertical sleeve. But I don't really want to talk about the process here. What I want to talk about is getting started in Leathercraft, because I get a ton of these questions on things like TikTok and Instagram and even YouTube here. And the first thing I always tell people is pick up a starter kit from Amazon, and I'll leave a couple of links below for some that I think work really well. I'll leave a link to the one that I purchased myself a couple of years ago when I got started. These Amazon starter kits, and it doesn't have to be from Amazon, there's a lot of different starter kits you can get from a lot of different places, but these starter kits give you pretty basic tools, and listen, they're cheap. They're cheap tools. They might break on you. They don't last very long. They're not super durable, but what that'll do is it'll help you get familiar with the process of making like a leather good, like a wallet or a watch band or a MacBook sleeve or notebook cover, whatever it is that you want to start off, even a keychain. The process is almost always extremely similar. You'll get an edge beveler, you'll get a scratch awl to help trace templates and pick things apart. You'll likely get a set of chisels or pricking irons to help you punch out stitching holes, and those are, pretty cheap, but they'll get the job done at first. And you'll get some kind of method of edge burnishing. You might even get some edge coat, which is kind of like an edge paint. But what I recommend doing is just playing with the tools in a starter kit, specifically the edge beveler and the pricking irons or stitching punches. That way you get familiar with that process, because I personally think finished edges and stitching is going to be by far and away what sets your quality apart. So if you get used to the starter kit pieces of those two particular items, those are some of the first two things I would recommend upgrading, which will really increase your quality. So get familiar with the tools that you get in a starter kit, and in those starter kits you'll get a couple of things that you likely will never use. In the starter kit I got some tooling equipment, like a carving tool, so you can carve out pictures like flowers or dragons or Renaissance type things in like leather boots. That's a whole different realm of Leathercraft I never touched and never will touch. So those particular tools you might never use, so it might be a little overkill getting a starter kit, but it'll at least get you familiar with some of the basic hand tools for making a product like the one you just watched me make, the process that you just watched me do, edge beveling, sanding off some of the edges to make them flush, stitching. Like, all these things are going to be things that you do in pretty much every single project, and a starter kit will get you where you need to be, getting familiar with every step of the process you saw here. So drop a comment below, let me know if you want me to expand on any of the things I just talked about. Let me know what you think.